Good morning, everyone. I would like to look at Gold Manor today. So this one is currently at the top of the charts. Last week we had Ultimate Bot, which we reviewed just recently, but now we seem to have a few up there. This one I don't recognize, so I thought we'd take a look. Since it's jumped straight to number one, must be something happening here. Let's take a look at this. So Gold Manor obviously trades gold, 2 live signals, which we will check a little bit later. This product was released. Okay, so it's been a couple of months, but obviously just since recently it's managed to build some traction. Okay, so it trades gold, breaking out at critical levels, resilient for more than 7 years apparently. So that means it's the backtesting that they've tested with, which shows stable results. Low risk and low drawdown, okay, with a mid to long term investment objective. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so saying that it's designed to pass prop firms. Does not trade toxic techniques such as martingale grid, so that's good. So martingale grid, as you know, are ways where we just keep growing or keep trading into losing positions, which eventually will blow up the account. So not history reader, no backtest data manipulation, no AI marketing gimmicks. Each trade comes with a small stop loss and take profit settings. It does not use scalping techniques, so therefore less sensitive to slippage and spread. Okay, so that's all good. So ease the setup. Okay, let's have a look now. So obviously the user or the author has provided a whole bunch of different backtest results, and also looks quite good. I'm looking at history data, 98% are very good. 10,000 apparently has made 77 million, going back to 2007. So that's the chart. Okay, very impressive. 14 consecutive wins on average with 1 consecutive loss. So that's high. Long trades won. So 91%. And 92% of trades are winners. Let's look at the average size of trades. So an average profitable trade is 21. The average loss trade is 128,000. So you can see right now I'm just thinking this is a trading robot where you see a small take profit, or relatively small take profit, but that's 21,000 versus a large stop loss. So that's 6 times as large, 6 or 7 times as large as the take profit. So that's could be one way how that works. The back test. One thing I noticed is that the modeling is 1 minute. Oh, so open, high, low, close. So that's not the most accurate. Also 0 latency, which is probably not realistic as well. I'll test it myself using more realistic conditions. So there'll be delays. I mean, no one gets 0 latency. Even the best top tier VPS providers don't give you 0 latency. You get maybe 3, 4, maybe even 10, which is still considered to be quite good. But the author did say in the previous blurb that it doesn't matter in terms of which broker, which means overly spread shouldn't be an issue. But we'll see. Okay, so that's something which I know, and I did watch this. It literally is just the user. Well, I keep saying user, but it's the author's backtest, and this might look quite messy like this when you look at it. But over the long term, it looks pretty good. And what I do like about this is that it's not grid, so it's not that straight line, which is, although it looks great, for those that do know grid martingale, at some point you get this massive drop and literally the account's finished in literally a series of trades, and it can happen in a day or less than a day, in a few hours. Quite often you see these things will build up in a year, and what you don't want is one massive trade which kills everything. So I do like that fact it's a bit jagged, it's a bit not as clean, but you can see that it's making its way up. We do notice that we do get some nice big moves up. There are some big sharp moves down. So I mean they're quite tough. Can be quite tough to take and deal with on a psychological level if you're trading this. Another massive move up. That's almost like 100k just there. And remember, this is all simulations for those who are not familiar with this, the Metatrader backtest. Some people just don't even think backtest results work because just the data itself isn't very good, and the way that the backtesting is applied. But yeah, the only thing you can do really is just look at the live data, which we'll look at now. Okay, so let's have a look at the live signals. So there's 2 here. two accounts. Let's have a look at the first one. Okay, so 42%. But you can see that it's really didn't do too much and then jumped straight up. Okay, I mean, I don't really like the look of this. Yes, there's a massive. If you look at 42%, it looks great. I don't like how it's done that and then suddenly shot up like that. Okay, so let's look at the others. Oh, okay. 11 weeks. That's the one that's been going for a long time. So let's look at this one. I mean, the others, 4 weeks, 8 weeks, not too long. To be honest with you, so not really long enough history. This is the one that we should look at. Yeah, so this is this one here. And only in the last, I mean, from here, it didn't do much. Most of the growth has last 10 trades. It's done 39 trades in total. Logged in now. So logged in. Let's look at the trading history. So you can only see trading history. Okay, so he's taken £10,000 out. Why has he done that? So okay, he's putting 15,000. First trade, you can see abnormally high trade here, 0.75 lot, and that's what he made a big chunk of money. And then it's just been, you can see that the trades, the wins are relatively small, losses are a lot larger, which is what we mentioned. We see that the losses are large. So this, I would say, is a trading robot that is targeting small wins, but it gives a lot of space for the stop loss. And you can see this obviously hit the stop at 0.08 lots. This is actually 0.08 as well. So yeah, it's 160 is $160 is a max loss, which is quite large, and lots of small wins. It just takes. So look at this now. Okay, so I mean, from after he's taken $10,000 out, so now there's only 5,000 left. He's also increased the lot size. So look at that, 0.15. And some of these go up a lot, and the last few trades have been 0.7, which is huge, which is why we've seen these large numbers. That's why we get this massive move like this, because these last few trades are much larger. They're almost 10 times larger than these initial trades here, which is interesting. Let's have a look at more of a low risk one to see what that looks like. See if it looks a bit more stable. And what I want to try and find is something that shows a consistent lot size, because that gives you a true reflection as to what equity chart growth looks like. So mid-risk, which is the one that's been around for the longest, 8 weeks. There we are. Let's look at this one, 8 weeks, mid-risk. So once again, the same kind of look. Let's have a look at the trading history again. 0.01. Okay, so there they are. So this is all 0.01. So your loss 10 times larger, and different. I mean, there are some relatively large ones and relatively small ones, which makes me think there's a trading stop. Obviously, looking for big movements as a trading stop. So I mean, looking at these results, they look pretty good actually. So it's gone up. That's that big loss there, but it's clawed it back, and it's of a same lot size. So that gives you a true reflection as to what the equity chart looks like. So that's actually looking okay, and yeah, 96% profitable trades. Okay, drawdown, deposit load. So drawdown, quite relatively low drawdown as well. 0.5% drawdown. That's pretty good. It's 3% growth. Yes, that's okay. It's a low risk. Yeah, let's start looking okay actually. I mean, I do like the look of this one. Let's go back to here. Let's go back to Gold Manor. See if there's anything else. Some good reviews. 5 reviews. All good. See the comments. Okay, who's this? So someone has uploaded their results. Okay, that's good as well. Just started, of course. Yeah, okay, that looks fine. I mean, it is new, so there aren't that many comments or that many reviews. It's sold 60 a month so far at this price, so obviously the author's making quite a lot of money from this. I mean, everything looks good in terms of the marketing, in terms of what we've seen, the live results. That looks good. We have, seen this type of results before for other trading robots, and all you can really do is to monitor this and watch this in the live signals. Obviously, for me, it's quite a lot of money to put down on something that doesn't have a long and trusted timeline of results. It is relatively new, as I mentioned. So what we'll do next is we'll just run our own backtest, and I'll show you what those look like. Okay, so we are going to run the backtest. Some of you guys have asked me, how do you do this exactly? So if you go to your terminal, you go to Tools, you go to MQL5 Market, choose the one, obviously it's number 1, so it's very easy to click on it. You download the demo, so you don't need to buy it. Never buy anything until you tested it. Click on download demo. Then once that's done, you hear the little popping sound, and you should be then able to test it. So you go back to product, go to test, and you see that it puts in here for you. Then all you need to do is just check the instructions. There you are, time frame M15, it's correct. So we're going to start with 1000, and we're going to test it from 2021. I'm going to check every tick on based on real ticks. So as I mentioned, the author had 1 minute OHLC, which is quicker, but not as accurate. I always use it on every tick based on real ticks. And delays, they had 0 latency. I'm going to put it on 100, which is from home. You see that it's quite normal for a home connection to be around 100. For real trading, I would always use a VPS, because that'll give you really low speed. You can see here, if you click on VPS, you can get 0.5 milliseconds. But most of them will give you anything from this sort of amount to about 4 or 5, which is super duper fast. Okay, so it just says that, and you just click on disable. So this we're not doing any optimization. We just simply want to see what the backtest looks like. I'm going to have a look at inputs. So load different modes. Okay. Extreme risk. Okay, let's go extreme risk. So nothing really here. I mean, lots of settings. We will go and click start. You just let it run. You can click on journal to see what's happening. You see, usually it starts to download the data. This is all the historical data before it can do anything. And depending if you've used it before, it may or may not take a long time. Once you start seeing movement like this, we should be able to see the graph of how backtest pans out. So this is from 2021, and it may take a while. In fact, it will take a while. It says here it will take around 30 minutes. So obviously I'm going to speed this up for you so you don't have to sit and wait. Okay, so that's done now, and we are going to save the report. And this will allow us to see this in a web page. So I'll just make this a little bit bigger. And this will show us the backtest results. So this where it says I haven't got very good history quality, 1.48 profit factor, but what you can see there is this big drop right in the middle there, which I do not like. Let's go back to the strategy tester to have a look at this. I'm going to click on graph, and you see the big drop happened in May 2023, and it takes around over a year to recover. And if we count backwards, you see it's almost a year's worth of progress all lost in the one go. But just by looking at this, I can tell that this is a trading robot which targets small wins, and it has a large stop loss for each of the trades, which means every trade has a potential to have a big drop like that, but it's been modeled in such a way that it can ride these out, because the stop is very large, so less likelihood that it's going to be hit, but you'll get big drawdowns, and at the same time loads of really small take profits. So I mean, I don't like the fact that you can lose a year's worth of profits literally in one trade. So for me, this is not a good trading robot. We've seen many like this with small take profits and massive stop losses. So we've come to the end of the video. Thanks again for your support. If you do like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help. and I'll speak to you soon. Happy trading.